All right, everybody. It's the Always Be Cool podcast, hanging out with your hosts, Bobby Kerr, Darren Copeland.
What's up, everybody?
Hanging out in the Summit Lending Studios. We have got a phenomenal special guest today, somebody we really look forward to speaking with, somebody we look up to, a true partner in the mortgage business for us, the CEO of UWM, United Wholesale Mortgage, Mr. Mat Ishbia.
Go ahead. All right, here we go. So today we have Mat Ishbia, the president and CEO of United Wholesale Mortgage, the #1 wholesale mortgage lender in the nation and #2 lender overall. Mat has transformed UWM from being a 12-person mortgage company to a 7,000-person team working together in Pontiac, Michigan. Prior to UWM, Mat played under Coach Tom Izzo for 4 seasons at Michigan State, going to 3 Final Fours and winning the national championship in 2000. He is known as the most prominent advocate for mortgage brokers nationwide. Mat has a huge passion for giving back and creating opportunities for kids in his local community. All-around awesome guy, amazing leader, and friend of Summit Lending, Mat Ishbia. Welcome to the show, man.
All
So
right.
excited to have you here.
You guys, appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, you know what? I know we have a limited amount of time here, so we're just going to jump right in and start, talking about the success that United Wholesale has had for brokers. So, just back in the day, Mat, as you were getting your career started, what was one of the decisions, or what was one of the points in your career that you started to become such a huge advocate for the broker side out there?
Well, I'm a mortgage guy, so I learned the mortgage business over the last 19 years. I've been here 19 years now. Like I said, grown from 12 people to 7,000, 8,000 people building the business. What I learned was when you run a business, whether it's a small business, a big business, any type of business, if you always have the best, what's best for the consumer, the end user is what I call it, the end user in mind, you're going to win. And so when I was learning about the mortgage business, it's like, wow, it's always cheaper when they're working with mortgage brokers. Like, why would a consumer not use it? Okay, well, how do I help those brokers get more clients? And so I became so passionate about that, the overcharging and what they did for consumers, where it wasn't as good elsewhere, but that's where everyone went. 80% of the business goes to non-mortgage brokers, which is just crazy to me. And so I just became so passionate about it. And then what happened was, what fueled my passion was people told me I was wrong. The big banks, the big lenders,
Right.
the big oh no, it's better to don't do that. It's because they're all getting their special interest being paid. Like, it was like this whole old boys network. And I was so happy to be this young punk, young guy who came in and said, we're going to do it differently because it's better for consumers, better for LOs. And so that was why I was so passionate about it. And I'm still to this day, because it's still, the data's out, $9,400 cheaper to go with Summit Lending than some big bank, a big lender. Like, it's crazy,
Exactly. And it's so fantastic because, the thing is, like, I tell our referral partners and the other loan officers that work with us, because, I was on the retail side for a number of years, became a broker several years ago, and it was literally the best move that we ever made in our business. But it's so much fun, Mat. Like, when you can go up one against the big banks and you look at one of their loan estimates compared to the loan estimate that we're sending a deal to United Wholesale, man, it's game over. Like, it's not even close. So I just wanted to give you big kudos, because you have spent so much time and energy and building it out that is making the opportunity for brokers like ourselves to go out there and win and compete against the big banks, and not, paying, for 3 different layers of management, and,
Absolutely.
these guys spending $2 million to go Hawaii on sales trips. Like, those days are coming to an end very,
Screeching
very,
halt, yeah.
to a screeching halt. So, man, thank you so much, because that completely taps our passion, right?
Well, I appreciate you guys, and you're making an impact doing it, and it's crazy that that's really what's going on out there. People are always like, "Oh, I don't," you're helping the middlemen. The middlemen make it more expensive. Like, they don't understand. That's why I'm using data. One of the reasons we went public, I went public about just under 2 years ago, was to get a bigger platform. So if I'm on MSNBC or CNBC or whatever channels, I can spread the information and educate consumers, because it's so substantial. And people are always like, "Oh, well, why is?" But those guys have those great commercials. Like, well, who do you think pays for those commercials? The consumers, right?
Right.
And so you guys are doing great things, and I'm glad to be able to support you and the independent mortgage brokers across America.
Absolutely. Well, let's go back to the last question. You said your goal was always to make things as easy as possible for the end consumer, right? So let's talk a little bit about the role that technology plays for brokers like us and for United Wholesale Mortgage, and how it makes life so much easier for not only loan officers, referral partners, but the end consumer.
Absolutely. I mean, That's why I always say, nobody wakes up and says, hey, honey, let's get a mortgage today. Nobody wants a mortgage. They want a house. You got to get a mortgage as a means to the end. So if nobody wants your product, nobody wants my product here. Nobody wants the product. You better make it fast, easy, and affordable. And that's what independent mortgage brokers, that's what you guys are able to do. And so the technology is key. And so forever, the big companies had the better technology, and the little guys, the independents, didn't have access to it. We democratized that by creating it, building it ourselves, because we're a big guy. And I gave it to everybody that's small and gave them the ability to, really put them on, give them the superpower to be able to compete, make it faster, easier, cheaper. And so it's in very few industries where you can actually make all three of those happen. How do you make it faster, easier, cheaper? They usually say, pick two. You can't have all three. But Independent Mortgage Brokers Summit, you guys can do that. And so technology is the difference. I got 1,200 technology people that work here in our office, not overseas, not remote, here in our office every day, building cool tech stuff for you guys. And I got big stuff coming very soon that's going to change the game even more.
Oh, boy.
It's even a bigger advantage. Like you say, you can give consumers better deals and differentiate yourself at a whole nother level. We're so excited about it.
Well, and one of the things that, of the hundreds of things that we love about UWM, you guys are very big, Matt, on measuring everything, right? I guarantee you know exactly to the penny of how much it costs for every single deal that you guys go through UWM. But going up there a couple times, and we'll talk about some of the classes and success track that you offer other brokers to build their business. But I mean, you're huge, and this probably comes down to your playing days of tracking everything. So I remember walking through the halls, and you're seeing everything is set up in teams, right? You have underwriting teams. You have the team lead of the underwriter right there in the middle that can answer all these questions. But also, even more importantly, is you're holding everyone accountable because you have these screens everywhere showing hey, Team Blue's ahead today, or Team Red's, underwriting all these, files a lot quicker. So you hold, and you've done a masterful job as far as motivating your people, so everyone's really all bought in, and that you're extracting the best of the best that you can from these people.
Absolutely. I mean, I learned that playing basketball for Tom Izzo. You try to everyone's got to be the best version of themselves, and the way transparency creates accountability. Showing people where they stand will make people work harder and be better. And like I said, I wasn't good enough to play in the NBA. I wasn't the starting point guard. I had to be the best third string point guard. Everyone's got to play the role, whether you're underwriting, whether you're a team lead, whether you're a salesperson, whether you're an operations person, whether you're a technology person. Everyone's got to play the role, and they have to be the best version of themselves, not of me. I got to be the best CEO. The person answering the phone's got to be the best welcome associate. Everyone's got their roles, and so very big on measuring. So first off, you got to set goals, and they got to make those goals measurable, and then figure out where people stand and if they're off course, you show it to them and you say, okay, how do we get better? What can we improve? It's a huge part of success. I always tell people when they run their business, if you don't want to hold people accountable, you're not going to be successful in business, because that's what it takes. You got to hold people accountable. And then, of course, as you've been in my office, we reward people highly. We make it fun. We have basketball courts and doctors' offices and fun stuff to make it a great place. But I hold people highly accountable, being great every day.
Well, we know that culture is king, right? And no matter the organization, how large or how small, culture is king. Teamwork goes into that. Smart and empathetic leadership. Our role as leaders, just like you said, is to make sure that we are customizing what we can do to bring out the best in each team member, because team member A needs to be led differently than team member B. And so that's what we love about UWM. You've empowered all of your leaders. That's what we love to do at our team, make sure that each and every person is empowered to succeed to the best of their ability. And I think that goes for anybody, but accountability is so important, especially for today in a changing landscape in the mortgage industry. So with that being said,
one thing, let me just interject, because I thought it was a great point you just said. You said the word team a couple times there. And your team is Summit Lending, but also I'm part of your team. The real estate is part of your team. The appraisal management company, everyone's part of your team, and you have to hold them accountable. They have to hold you. You got to play your role. If you're not doing your job for a real estate agent and for the consumer, then you're not going to be on the team anymore. Everyone's expected to do something great, and so team is a big word. And it's not just your internal team, and I know that. You're part of my team, I'm part of your team. I got to be great. If I'm not good, you're going to not look good, and then we all fail.
Well, what I love about that is, honestly, we truly feel like every single person at UWM is on our team. So we've got a team of over 1,000 people working for us in the background on all the technology. Everybody on that marketing department within UWM, we know that at any time I can email Michelle or I can email anybody and say, hey, what can we do to help grow our business or to help our loan officers succeed? So we don't have a team of 25, right? Or we don't have a team of 50 at Summit Lending. We've got a team of 7,000 people working behind the scenes. It's like a duck's underwater, right? You can't see everything that's going on underneath the water, but you know that they're just chilling, riding smooth, and that's how we all succeed together.
Well, and also, Matt, this is what gets us fired up, man. Like we just have a passion for this. So you guys do a phenomenal job of like talking about the ultimate submission. Okay, so for maybe some loan officers that might not be on the broker side, but the ultimate submission that you guys are like, hey, you guys do these pieces of information when you submit the file, submit nice and clean. You can get the initial CD out on the very first day. I mean, Matt, a lot of times we're waiting the full 7 days by law in order to close loans, right? So, and not only that, you guys reward brokers for doing their job, having their stuff together, because you don't want to work with people who have to have 12 or 14 touches on every file, right? Submit the file, and then also, by the way, you get the ultimate submission, you're closing faster, and then, oh, by the way, you get partner points. That partner points you can use for closing gifts for clients. Again, like you say, don't use it on your business. Use those points to grow your business on your referral partners, your realtors, and giving back and doing the fun stuff. Buy your office lunch. So that is amazing because, again, communication, not only are you guys rock stars on technology, but you're masters on the communication to tell the loan officers, the broker shops, hey, this is exactly what you need to do in order to submit a loan clean, and we have the technology that's going to make you look like rock stars to punch it out. Go ahead.
And that's 100% right. And the why is all tied back to what I said earlier, the client experience, right? Like we basically gave you a cheat code. Here's the cheat code. Do 1 through 5, and the client is going to have, you're only going to bother the client one time for documents, and you're going to close in 7 days, and it's going to be high five, and it's going to be lower rates because less time, less fees. Like everyone's winning. Here's the cheat code. Ultimate submission is you're in that example. And so that's the technology we built and the process that we focused on. And you guys execute it flawlessly. And that's why you're one of the best companies in your area, if not in the country, doing it. So great job.
Exactly. And I always like to tell this story because I know you hear a lot of success stories all the time, but one that was really near and dear to our hearts. So we had a referral from another broker from Illinois. They weren't licensed in Missouri. And they had a client coming over, and they were going with a VA loan with a large national company. Everyone knows who they are. And they're like, man, they're just not getting a good deal. So they reached out to me through Brokers Are Better. We can chat about that a little bit. So, we have like just a group of really cool brokers. If you're not licensed in one state, you find another cool broker and you share the deal over there because we're all, on the same page. But anyway, Cliff Note version is the file was turned to us 2 weeks before closing. I talked to the client. Matt, we saved them a full point on interest rate. Didn't have to charge them any extra to do that. We saved them $8,000 in closing costs. Okay. Wow. We got the appraisal transferred over. So within 4 business days, we had disclosures out. We had the appraisal transferred. We had it uploaded to UWM. We had the clear to close, no joke, Matt, on business day number 4, right?
I love it.
And that's what you do. Again, at the end user, you're doing the right thing for the client.
Right.
And oh, by the way, loan officers, how does that make you look with the listing agent and the buyer's agent?
Absolutely.
Right?
And
That's
then what's
how you
that
build
veteran
business.
say about you? You helped the VA borrower. Think about that. Veteran's got other friends and the real estate agents. Like that's how you win, and that's how you guys are winning at Summit.
Yep, that's how you serve people. So let's talk about serving team members and loan officers a little bit. So you've introduced this program, and you've had it for a while, called Success Track. We've had a lot of our team members go up. We've personally been 3 or 4 times. We just had a team member come back from a master LO class last week. Actually, one of our team members is going up to spend the day or the evening with you at a private event on August 14th. September 14th, excuse me. September 14th, she's flying up there. And so it's something that's really, really cool and valuable that UWM has offered to, not just high producing broker shops, but anybody that is a broker that partners with UWM. So maybe talk a little bit about the value add of Success Track and where it started and where it's going.
Well, a couple things. There's 2 big parts of it. First, it's we're business partners, you guys and us. Like we need to help you guys grow. Like I don't own your company, you don't own my company. However, we're parts of the same team. When you succeed, we can succeed, right? So part of that is training, right? Like I got 7,000-8,000 people. Like I have people that train. So you don't have the courses, the curriculum. So send your people up here. We'll fly your people. Let's get them trained. Let them get better, improve. Like find the inches. It's just like you guys have been out here. you know how to do mortgage. You guys are fantastic at it. But can I give you like an idea that helps you grow? Can I give you an idea to make the process better? Like all these little inches. And so Success Track is a tool for our partners to help their LOs and people get better. And then the second part about it, which is it's all about investing. It's like practice. Like people, like every day we're in the games, right? We're playing, we're competing, but this is taking time to work on your game. Find a way to get better. Find a way to improve. And we put those courses out there. And there's all different courses. There's courses on how to be a better owner. There's leadership courses. There's LO courses. There's processing courses. There's lead buy courses. There's real estate agent, like all these courses to help people learn to be better at their job. I get better every day. I'm trying to learn. I'm the CEO. I'm learning every day. And so I love Success Track because it's a partnership play, but also we have 300-400 of them every week, fly out from all around America to come to UWM, and I get to sit there and talk to them for a little while. And it's like, hey, they're investing themselves. It's like Steph Curry working on his jump shot. It's not like he's just the best shooter, just keeps being the best shooter. He works on his game every day, working on his shot, and that's what Success Track is you basically saying, I'm going to practice. I'm going to go practice and get ready for the next game to help consumers and real estate agents even more.
Well, and another fantastic thing that you guys do, Matt, is you encourage, your partners like us here at Summit Lending to be on a certain level, right? Like you provide all the tools, but like every day it's up to Bobby and I. All we have to do is go practice free throws and coach the team and tell them how to do it. Like the game plan is there. So again, another sports analogy is you're coaching us to be on, hey, you be on the elite level and you guys will actually fly our people out. You'll house them. I mean, it's amazing. So that's another motivation for us to do the absolute best job to send in really clean files because we want to be on that elite platform with UWM so we can send everyone that we want to up to Michigan for a couple days, which is not only going to help us send more deals to UWM, that's going to help you, but it's also helping us because
everyone's growing.
Everyone's growing. You're helping us. You're literally helping us have that other back office of having a completely automated training platform that just helps our people and your people.
Well, again, it's like 7,000 people rowing in the same direction is really what it comes down to.
And that's what partnerships are all about, right? We help you, you help us. Like we're all winning together. And the best thing is that I feel great every morning and every night knowing that we're helping consumers. Consumers is always, the end consumer is always better by using Summit than any big lender out there. And at the same time, I think you're better using us than other lenders. And so therefore, it's continuity. Everyone's winning.
Absolutely. Exactly. So Matt, what would you say so let's say if we have some retail loan officers that are out there because you know how some people, they get into the business and they work for a company and honestly, if they just don't know any better, they just don't know any better, right? So what would you say to some possible retail LOs out there that, don't know much about the broker side, the wholesale side, but also more importantly, what's going on in our current environment that they should really consider looking at this?
Well, I really think it's simple. Like anyone that's watching this as a loan officer, anyone that talks to you like as a loan officer, it's pretty black and white, right? The reality is being a retail loan officer, which is great, and they're doing good things for consumers. But the reality is you can, give your consumers a lot better deal. Okay, but let's put fees and rates aside. But black and white, for a fact, and anyone in the business, everyone knows brokers have lower rates, lower fees, fact, not Matt's opinion. But let's put that aside. Second thing you have to realize is growth opportunity. For every consumer that you're not able to help because you don't have rates and fees, they end up going to Summit Lending. You're missing out on not only that consumer, but all their referral partners, all those opportunities. And what you didn't have before, like what brokers, retail lenders used to convince big, LOs is, we have the support, we have the technology, we have all these things. The reality is, who's paying for that? The consumer is. And you can't grow as fast. So the big thing I focus on is, one, you're going to do the right thing for consumers. Right. Two, you're going to grow and win. Your business, you're closing 4 loans a month now, we'll help you get to 6. We'll help you get to 8. You will do more business and do better deals for consumers and then make more money for yourself and your family, all by making the switch. And it's not a question of whether it will happen. It's for sure going to happen, right? And those big retail lenders that have those huge margins in place, it's like a dinosaur walking across the street. They're not going to survive. We're seeing it happen right now.
Yeah, so absolutely.
Go be on your own. Go work for an independent mortgage broker, an independent mortgage like Summit Lending and these companies that can actually provide it. And the best part at the end of the day, beyond all the things I said, when you're a retail loan officer, you work for that company. You're captive. Their pricing is no good. Deal with it or quit. Right? The owner's full of it. deal with it or quit. When you're a broker like you guys, guess what? I work for you. You don't work for me. If I do a bad job, you know what you do? You send the loan elsewhere. You don't have to quit. You just send the loan to another lender, and I lose my business relationship with you. You have the options. So captive versus options is the biggest differentiator besides the fees and the support and the growth. Just being captive, like I work for these guys. You want me to be on your podcast? I love to do it because I work for you. I have to serve you guys. I'm a servant to you to help you succeed, just like you are for your consumers.
Absolutely. Right. And that's not even mentioning the fact that with working as an independent mortgage broker, we have a singular focus. And you have a singular focus. And I think that's really, really important to talk about. So maybe even dig in a little bit more about the retail versus the broker loan officer and only focusing on mortgages as opposed to all the other stuff that those retail lenders have to worry about.
Yeah, well, that's a big thing. In business school, they'll tell you, oh, you got to diversify. The reality is I dominate mortgages, just like you dominate mortgages. I'm not trying to be the best credit card provider because someone's better than me at that. I'm not trying to be the best guy to sell real estate, the best title company. I don't do that. I dominate mortgages. And I specifically dominate wholesale mortgages, just like you guys. You dominate independent mortgage. Like you're not doing commercial and reverse, like 88 products. Like you dominate mortgage. Someone wants to buy a house or refinance a house, they call you guys. And so I think singular focus has been a huge halo effect of positivity at my organization because everybody knows what the focus is. Mortgage brokers and consumers. Help them win. Like we're not thinking about anything else. We're not thinking about, oh, what's the new, like people pitch me, oh, why don't you start an insurance business? Not interested. I'm going to dominate the mortgage broker world. Dominate mortgages. And so singular focus helps you have exponential growth. It's a big differentiator.
Well, and that's exactly, Matt, what we tell our loan officers is the majority of loans that are out there, right? The majority of loans out there are your conventional VA, FHA, and USDA. Go out there and dominate that field, right? Don't be, and I know there's some good bank statement loans and some really good products other products that, UWM, but then you have these other companies that have all these just other products. But like, if you want to ruin a bunch of realtor relationships, go chase those shiny objects, right? But go in and stay in your lane, and we preach this every single week to our loan officers, is dominate those loans that are actually going to close. Give them an awesome deal so you're now building more fans, help your Google reviews, and your past database is going to continue to send you deals. But also there's such a massive opportunity to wow the buyer side agent, the listing agent, and go out there and have them, because that's really where the future of the business is. So don't go chasing, those other shiny. I was gonna do a TLC drop and stick to the rivers and streams that you're used to.
Well, what it is people are jumping over dollars, picking up pennies sometimes.
Yes,
right?
that's a great way to put it.
They're thinking about like, oh, I'm gonna go chase it, and you end up rooting relationships. Like that one, just do you. Be the best mortgage guy. Take care of the conventional FHA, VA, USDA, the jumbo. Like let's dominate that. That's 97% of the loans, anyways. Take care of those consumers. Wow them. Make it an amazing experience, and they'll tell their friends.
Before we wrap up, and I know we're getting close, but I think it's really important for maybe some individuals that don't personally know you or that aren't actively involved with a broker shop, that they know you or your company. Maybe speak a little bit to some lessons of integrity that you learned from your dad, because there was a time in the mortgage world where a lot of bad stuff was happening, and you and your teams really stayed true to doing the right thing. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one's looking. Yep. And there was a lot of people that were not looking at a certain time in the mortgage world, right? Yep. During subprime loans. So maybe speak a little bit about the power of integrity and how UWM has really grabbed that core value and ran with it.
Yeah, no, it's a great. So, years ago, my father, who I learned a lot of this stuff from, talked about, it was 2004 and 5. I was just new to the business, trying to figure out how to do mortgages. And I remember so distinctly, there's situations where it was like, wow, if we could do this product, we'd be able to do more loans and make more money. And I remember my dad saying, listen, when you're doing mortgages, it's not always about making more money. We're not out there, like if we don't believe someone can pay us back, we ain't doing the loan. And maybe someone else will, but that's not the right thing for the consumer. If you ever do your business about what's right for you instead of the consumer, you're going to fail one day. And that's what a lot of those companies did. They focused on, just a lower credit score and doing no income. Like I'm not lending someone $200,000 house, $200,000 when their house is worth $150,000. I ain't doing it. It's not the right thing to do. My commission check ain't worth it. That's not the right thing to do. And if you do what's right, even like you said, when no one else is looking, good things happen. Good things always happen. If they don't happen, I feel good in knowing I did the right thing at night. And that's worked well for our business. And so we don't do loans that we don't feel people can pay us back, because just because we're going to get paid by, we can do the loan. I'm not about the money. I'm about success. Money will follow success, not the other way around.
It's always about doing the right thing for the consumer at the end of the day, isn't it, Matt? Absolutely, man.
Yep.
Man, thank you so much, because I know we have limited time here. We want to be respectful, but like Bobby and I, truly, as owners of a broker shop here in Kansas City with Summit Lending, man, we just want to thank you and your passion and your energy and your just nonstop energy of wanting to improve things for the broker channel, man, because I know you know this, but you help so many lives out there of people that you don't even know. So just big thank you for everything you do, because you're helping a lot of people here in Kansas City, man, and we truly
all over the country. Yeah,
all over the country.
We have team members all over the country, and so it's a big help. We hear it every single day from our loan officers everywhere. So thank you.
Well, we appreciate you guys, and we're going to keep pushing. Just like your shirts, never relax. Like, we're going to keep pushing, helping you guys grow. We're going to win together. But thank you for what you guys are doing. Keep dominating, and I appreciate you having me on the show.
Absolutely. Hang tight real quick, Matt. If anybody wants to read Matt's awesome book, it's called Running the Corporate Offense, Lessons in Effective Leadership from the Bench to the Boardroom. It is a quick and easy but effective and amazing read. Yep. You can find it. Matt, where can people find your book?
I'm sure online.
Amazon. I think it's on Amazon for sure. He's just like, I'm here to serve people. I don't care where they buy it.
You know what? Just ask us. We got a ton of copies.
Right, we do have boxes of them. Yeah, so, Matt, if you can hang on the line for 30 seconds, I'm going to stop the recording, guys. This has been the Always Be Cool podcast, hanging out with Bobby, Kerr, and Darren Copeland in the Summit Lending Studios with Mat Ishbia. Everybody, take care and have a great day.
Thank you, guys.